There's rumor of it.
Reporting about the next meeting.
That's then if you, I'm not great with numbers. Lowball.
I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my.
The WNBA has never felt this electric. Record-breaking attendance, soaring TV ratings, and a cultural spotlight brighter than ever before. From buzzer beaters to bitter rivalries, the league has become a spectacle of power and passion. But behind the glowing headlines and sold-out arenas, a storm has been brewing, one centered around the Indiana Fever. The franchise suddenly at the heart of both basketball glory and internal chaos. What was once a feel-good comeback story has turned into a tale of tension, ego, and desperation. And at the center of it all stands Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom whose brilliance has both lifted and divided the franchise, and an owner, Steve Simon, who's reportedly ready to make the most daring move in modern WNBA history, calling back the one woman capable of restoring order, Cheryl Miller. For months, insiders have whispered about growing cracks inside the Fever locker room. Veterans frustrated with media obsession over Clark, young players struggling to find rhythm beside her, and a coaching staff walking a tightrope between development and damage control. Simon has seen enough. The man who once prided himself on patience and long-term planning has grown restless. The franchise he built into a promising brand has become the center of league-wide drama. What was supposed to be a revival has instead turned into reality TV. But Simon isn't a man of impulsive decisions. When he acts, it's calculated. And this time, his move could reshape the entire WNBA. The rumors began with a single call, a quiet conversation between Simon and a familiar name, Cheryl Miller. To some, that name carries nostalgia. To others, it carries authority. To everyone, it means one thing: greatness. Before Caitlin Clark, before Aya Wilson, before there was even a WNBA, there was Cheryl Miller, the first woman to make basketball matter on a national stage. A warrior who dominated at USC, inspired generations through sheer willpower, and built a legacy that made the sport what it is today. She's more than a legend. She's a symbol of leadership, toughness, and no-nonsense excellence. Steve Simon reportedly told close associates he doesn't want another influencer in the locker room. He wants an enforcer, someone who can walk into that Fever practice facility and command respect before saying a single word. And in the WNBA, no one carries that kind of weight like Cheryl Miller. Her reputation precedes her. When she enters a room, the noise stops. Players listen. Coaches straighten. Even executives take note. Because she's not there to play politics or protect egos. She's there to fix what's broken. For Caitlin Clark, this is both a challenge and an opportunity. She's been living under a microscope since day one. Her every move dissected by media and rivals alike. Every hard foul becomes a headline. Every expression a meme. Every post-game comment a debate. Her arrival has brought millions of new eyes to the league, but also a level of scrutiny no rookie has ever faced. And behind the scenes, that pressure has begun to weigh heavy. Clark reportedly feels the system lacks structure. The team has the pieces, but not the plan. And that's exactly where Miller fits in. Cheryl Miller is known for turning chaos into cohesion. She doesn't chase popularity. She chases results. Her track record speaks louder than any press release. She's led teams, developed stars, and created cultures built on respect. If Simon's offer becomes reality, Miller won't be coming in as a figurehead. She'll be there to reshape everything, from practice intensity to locker room accountability. Some insiders describe the proposal as a consultant role for now, but everyone knows what that means. It's the test run before the revolution. Imagine that first day. Caitlin Clark walks into practice, surrounded by cameras, as Cheryl Miller stands at half court with her arms crossed. The same woman who once scored 105 points in a single game without breaking a sweat. Now, watching the rookie phenom who's redefining the sport's future. The dynamic alone would send shockwaves across the league. Miller wouldn't treat Clark like a celebrity. She'd treat her like a legacy waiting to be built. Under her guidance, Clark's raw brilliance could evolve into complete dominance. Because Miller understands what Clark is living through. The spotlight, the pressure, the target on her back. She lived it decades ago, long before social media or sponsorships. And that shared understanding could turn into something unstoppable. But Simon's ambitions go beyond just saving one team. He wants to save the entire structure of the WNBA. He's reportedly discussing a Miller-led mentorship model, a blueprint to bring former legends back into leadership roles. Imagine Cheryl Miller overseeing a system where Lisa Leslie, Dawn Staley, and Tina Thompson mentor the next generation of coaches and players. It's not just about the Fever anymore. It's about rebuilding the WNBA's backbone, a leadership hierarchy rooted in the same grit and authenticity that built the league in the first place. Miller's arrival would also force a cultural reset. The WNBA has thrived on entertainment and individuality, but it's reaching a breaking point. Rivalries are spilling into personal feuds, and social media drama often overshadows the game itself. The league needs grounding, and Miller represents that stability. She doesn't bend for narratives or viral trends. She builds respect through work. She knows the difference between noise and legacy, and that's exactly what the WNBA needs right now. A reminder that greatness isn't about followers, it's about fundamentals. And make no mistake, if Cheryl Miller steps in, everything changes. Players who've coasted will be challenged. Stars who've been protected will be held accountable. The Fever's locker room, once divided, will become unified under a single vision. Fans wouldn't see chaos. They'd see clarity. The entire tone of the organization would shift from controversy to conviction. Because when Cheryl Miller leads, excuses disappear. You either rise to her standard or step aside. For Caitlin Clark, it could be career-defining. Right now, she's carrying not just a Fever, but the entire league's visibility. That weight is enormous. And while she's handled it with grace, she's still human. Every superstar needs a mentor, someone who can teach them how to turn attention into authority. Under Miller's mentorship, Clark could evolve into more than a star. She could become the WNBA's first true dynasty leader, the kind of player who defines an era. For Steve Simon, this move would cement his legacy as the owner who wasn't afraid to make bold, transformative decisions. The Fever would no longer be just a team chasing wins. They'd be a model for what women's basketball could become. Structure, accountability, greatness. And if Cheryl Miller's return works, other franchises would follow. Legends who once stayed away would come back. Inspired by her leadership, the WNBA could finally step into its golden age, one led not by marketing departments, but by basketball minds. The truth is, the league doesn't need more drama. It doesn't need louder voices or flashy PR spins. It needs direction. It needs discipline. It needs leaders who remember what it means to play for pride. And Cheryl Miller embodies all of that. She's a bridge between the past and the future, between grit and glamour, between the game as it was and the game it should be. So what happens if she says yes? If Cheryl Miller walks through those doors, the balance of power in the WNBA will shift overnight. The Fever will stop being the league soap opera and become its standard. Caitlin Clark will gain not just a mentor but a mirror, someone who sees the greatness in her but refuses to let her settle. And Steve Simon's franchise, once mocked for its dysfunction, will become the blueprint for a new era of professionalism in women's basketball. Do you think Steve Simon should bring Cheryl Miller back to mentor Caitlin Clark and rebuild the Fever's culture from the ground up? Drop your thoughts below. Type "bring her back" if you believe Miller's return could save the WNBA, or keep it Clark's era if you think the rookie can lead on her own. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the WNBA's biggest power shifts, behind-the-scenes stories, and the legends shaping the future of the game.